Hey, it's Tom
And Mike.
from Take Time to Travel.
Bangkok has so many different exciting things to do, as well as beautiful places to see. But one of our favorite neighborhoods in the city is Chinatown.
It's actually one of the largest Chinatowns in the world and is filled with many bustling markets, picturesque temples, and of course, lots of delicious street food. So today, we're going to take you on a tour of Bangkok's Chinatown and hopefully give you some ideas on what to do during your visit.
Let's get started at the entrance, the Chinatown gates. Just to the left, you'll notice the impressive Golden Buddha Temple, which houses the world's largest golden statue.
Continuing past the Chinatown gates, just a short walk down Yaowarat Road, we came across this cool and colorful looking entranceway. So of course, we had to have a look. Inside, we found the Kwan Yin Shrine, which is one of the many beautifully ornate shrines that you'll come across while exploring Bangkok.
After a quick look at the shrine, we kept going along Yaowarat Road, which is the main artery that runs through Chinatown. As we walked further down the street, it got busier and busier.
The sidewalks were overflowing with people in this area, so just like everyone else, we had to use one of the lanes on the street just to get by. Then at times we had to squeeze by on the sidewalk in single file, past all the street vendors, some of which even had seating out here for their hungry customers. We also walked by some beautiful Chinese decorations, as well as some people playing music. And of course, we passed by lots of interesting looking street food being cooked up.
A little further up the street, we came across this market on Yaowarat Alley, which we think is part of the old market. It wasn't that busy during the day, but as the sun was setting, the market really seemed to come alive. I guess it was getting closer to dinner time and everyone was looking for something tasty to eat.
But during the day, it's much easier to wander around if you can put up with the hot sun in Bangkok. We love the hot weather, so we were happy to take our time and check out what the market had to offer. Around the corner on Yaowarat Alley, we came across this lovely overflowing flowering bush above the many street stalls.
Also in the old market, on Soi Yaowarat 11, there's even more vendors selling all kinds of cheap goods. Here, you can find everything from fans and dishes to necklaces and cute slippers. And of course, more food stalls. All the good-smelling food was making us hungry, so we turned around to try and find something to eat.
We walked back along Yaowarat Alley and found this interesting-looking food cart, which is where we grabbed our first snack of many in Chinatown. We got these appetizing-looking egg dumpling wontons, which I liked more than Mike did. But there's lots more to see and eat in Chinatown, so let's head back out to Yaowarat Road.
We think that the best time to visit Yaowarat Road is at night. After dark, the signs are all lit up, and so are some of the buildings. The street is bustling, and it makes for quite a vibrant atmosphere. Even if you're not hungry, it's still a nice walk.
Next, we'll cross over Yaowarat Road and check out the other side of Yaowarat Alley. Here there's even more street stalls selling all kinds of different food. But we're going to grab some dim sum from this place on the left called Linktr. Let's head inside the restaurant and give this place a try.
Inside, you'll find lots of pretty red hanging lanterns, as well as some comfortable seating on the ground floor. On the second floor, there's also a little bit more seating with this lovely view. We chose to sit downstairs with the comfy seats and decided on 5 dim sum plates, one order of 3 steamed shrimp shumai, as well as a plate of 3 fried chives dumplings, 4 deep fried barbecue red pork mini buns, 4 deep fried custard cream mini buns, and an order of 3 vegetarian spring rolls. Everything that we chose tasted great, but they were pretty small portion sizes, so we were still kinda hungry after eating all 5 dishes.
After that tasty meal, let's keep walking along Itsaranapop Alley to go and explore the rest of Chinatown. We passed by motorbikes as we strolled down the narrow alleyway, as well as lots of hanging meats and vendors selling all kinds of different foods, clothing, and various other knickknacks.
Then we headed back onto Yaowarat Road and over to Mangkok Road, where we found this bustling stall. They had an assortment of appetizing deep-fried foods, including spring rolls and all kinds of these battered balls with different vegetables inside that they fried up right there.
So we decided to give this place a try and chose a few that looked good. She snipped them up into bite-sized pieces for us. Then she transferred them into a takeout container and added a sweet sauce on top, as well as some crushed peanuts. The 4 battered balls cost 40 baht in total, and they were all delicious. But our favorite were these greenish colored ones.
After that tasty snack, we walked across Mangkok Road. As we walked along the street, we saw lots of customers browsing the many different shops and stalls. Bangkok's Chinatown sure is a lot busier than the Chinatowns back in Canada. It was such a cool experience just to wander along the street through the bustling crowds. What a vibrant atmosphere. Then we crossed back over Yaowarat Road to the quieter side of Mangkok Road and stopped for a smoothie. I ordered a delicious banana smoothie for only 25 baht from this stall called PK Sarah.
Next, let's head over to Talat Phong Alley, which is just off Mangkok Road. Here we pass by the Wat Lokanokro Buddhist Temple, as well as more street vendors. This lively alley is right beside the Sampheng Market, where we're going to next.
We headed down Hua Met, which quickly becomes a very narrow walkway covered by awnings, umbrellas, and tarps. That gives a nice reprieve from the hot sun in Bangkok. Here, we saw vendors selling all kinds of clothing, fabrics, and accessories. Then, after a short walk, we crossed over Yaowarat Road and made our way inside the Sampheng Market. This huge wholesale market in Chinatown is quite popular with both locals and tourists. It's fully covered, so you don't have to worry about the weather if you decide to visit.
At times, it was overwhelming just how many people there were. You'll even find some carts being pushed down the pathway that runs between the many shops and businesses on both sides. And often you have to dodge motorbikes coming down the walkway. Even though there were so many people, it was still a cool experience to walk through here.
You could find everything from jewelry to pillows, electronics, and clothing for kids or adults. We even found some Santa Claus figures and stores selling Christmas trees and other festive decorations among the many different shops here.
Next, we'll head over to the Ong Ang Walking Street, which is located just at the end of the Sampheng Market. Here it's a lot less crowded and you'll also find a few more shops, but there's mostly restaurants and food stalls alongside the canal. You can even find some interesting street art. And in the evening, when we went, we saw lots of people enjoying the free entertainment in the open square beside the canal.
Along the Ong Ang Walking Street, we also found our favorite smoothie place. We sat down at a table right beside the canal to enjoy our mango smoothie, which only cost 45 baht. The mangoes in Thailand are the best, and the smoothie was delicious.
In the evening, the lights come on alongside the canal, which looks beautiful during the golden hour, and for us, it was a nice way to relax after checking out all of the bustling markets in Chinatown. But let's keep going and check out what else there is to do along the Ong Ang Walking Street.
One thing that you definitely won't want to miss is taking a walk down the Chinese Lantern Alley. Make sure to come here in the evening to check it out while it's all lit up. It was a lovely experience taking a leisurely stroll underneath all these beautiful hanging red lanterns. Near the end of the narrow alleyway, you can even find some nice street art underneath the Chinese lanterns. Heading back, we had to keep our eyes open for the odd motorbike coming down the picturesque laneway, which is perfect for an Instagram photo. Now, let's go back out onto the Ong Ang Walking Street because we're getting a little bit hungry.
This place looked appetizing, so we decided to get into line for some peanut ice cream rolls. We placed our order at the Ing Tea House stall and watched them prepare our Taiwanese snack, which included some crushed peanuts, 3 scoops of taro coconut ice cream, as well as some cilantro, which was all delicately rolled up in a thin pastry wrap. Then it was cut in half for us to eat. We found a spot off to the side and ate our peanut ice cream roll, which cost 50 baht and tasted amazing.
After that tasty snack, we continued to wander along the walkway. The darker it got, the more beautiful the canal looked, all lit up. The Ong Ang Walking Street also looked even better when all the restaurants and stalls had their multicolored string lights turned on overhead.
Next, we passed by this Buddhist temple, which has a name that we can't pronounce, but is also known as Wat Liap. On our way over to a different kind of market called the Khlong Talat Flower Market.
It was easy to tell that we were getting close, as all the shops and stalls were filled with blooms, some of which we'd never seen before. The stores and vendors lining the street leading up to the market also sold lots of pretty flower arrangements, which can be used as offerings for shrines or for good luck. After a lovely walk down Yaowarat Road, we made it to the flower market. Let's head inside and check it out.
Inside there were even more beautiful flowers. Love these vibrant purple ones here. The Khlong Talat Flower Market is the primary flower market in Bangkok and is absolutely huge inside. There are rows upon rows of vendors selling all kinds of flowers and garlands to locals, retailers, and even wholesalers. Tourists can buy something here too if they want.
There were mostly the golden yellow and orange flowers here, but you could find flowers in many different colors. You can even see some workers on bicycles going by as you walk down the aisles. It's amazing how they can make these. Some of the garlands are incredibly intricate.
At the far end of the flower market, you can also find lots of fresh produce for sale. And a little bit further into the market, just on the other side of this vine-covered building, there were a variety of herbs and spices for purchase.
Just outside, surrounding the flower market, there were even more vendors selling flowers and produce. It was pretty cool to check out the Khlong Talat Flower Market. But let's keep going and explore some more of Chinatown.
Next, we'll head across Chinatown to this other temple that we can't pronounce, which is also known as Wat Ko. The grounds around this lovely Buddhist temple are absolutely beautiful and are perfectly maintained. Right at the entrance of the Buddhist temple, there are a few smaller shrines.
The statues here sure do look interesting. We especially liked these ones that looked like dragons, underneath of which there was this cool looking shrine. Sorry about the flashing lights, we don't know why our camera does that.
Continuing to check out the picturesque grounds of Wat Ko, there's a lovely manicured green tropical garden which leads up to the main Buddhist temple. We're not sure exactly how old the temple is, but we found out it was renovated in 1796.
Just a 1-minute walk from Wat Ko, we went to eat at this hawker stall. It's called Lim Lao Miao Fishball Noodle and is recommended by the Michelin Guide. There's some seating on the closed-off street, and beside the stall, you can find some skewers being grilled. We went early, grabbed a seat at one of their little tables, and I ordered their egg noodle with broth, and Tom had the wide rice noodle without broth. Both came with fish balls and a dumpling. We aren't huge fans of fish balls, so we found both dishes just alright.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our tour of Bangkok's Chinatown, and that we gave you some good ideas on what to do when you visit. If we did, we'd really appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications on our future videos. It really helps our channel to grow.
And remember, take time to travel. Catch you on the next one.